The most productive employee sitting right next to you might not even have a heartbeat. Welcome to the deep dive. Today we are presenting the AIPOD Weekly AI News Summary for the week ending July 5th, 2026.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I mean, it's been a pretty massive week.
It really has. And our mission today is to look at this week's headlines and, basically decode this foundational shift happening right now. Like, the era of simply building these massive AI brains is completely over.
It's done. Yeah,
Yeah.
the new race is all about attaching a nervous system to those brains, right?
Yeah.
Like actually putting them to work in your office.
Exactly.
Because for the last 3 years, we've had these, incredibly smart language models basically stuck in a jar.
Right. I mean, they can pass the bar exam, but
But they can't natively access a company's secure database or, execute a complex workflow without a human literally copying and pasting things.
which is just a massive deployment bottleneck.
Huge. And that's exactly why Microsoft just dropped $2.5 billion to launch a dedicated AI deployment company.
Wow. 2.5 billion.
Yeah, and they aren't building a new model with this money. They are building the corporate plumbing, the APIs, the middleware, the secure data pipelines to, finally connect these AI brains to enterprise limbs.
So Microsoft is laying the tracks, and it looks like companies like Cisco are just immediately running the trains. I mean, Cisco is rolling out AI agents to all 90,000 of their employees this August.
Well, yeah.
Not just as some, little chatbot in a browser, but integrated directly into their coding environments and admin workflows.
It just fundamentally changes the whole software paradigm. I mean,
Yeah.
look at Zoom acquiring Common Room. Or that Indian tech tycoon who's investing $30 million in a new AI native productivity suite to challenge Microsoft Office.
Right.
We're moving away from UI-driven software where you have to click through menus to make things happen to intent-driven software.
Yeah.
Zoom doesn't just want to host your video call anymore.
Oh, definitely not.
They're using Common Room's architecture to actually ingest your cross-channel data, figure out your intent, and then autonomously draft the follow-up sales strategy.
Hang on, but if Cisco has 90,000 autonomous agents crawling through their internal workflows, and Zoom is analyzing deep cross-channel sales data,
Yeah.
isn't the security risk just catastrophic? Exposing that level of core intellectual property to an external model API sounds like a corporate death wish.
Oh, it absolutely is. Which brings us to the second major trend this week, the Great Lockdown.
Right, the pivot to ownership.
Exactly. Palantir CEO Alex Karp predicted this massive shift toward proprietary enterprise-owned AI a while ago, and the architecture is moving precisely in that direction now.
So the solution to the security risk is just bringing the model completely inside the firewall,
Lingo.
which is exactly what HDFC Bank just did. They totally ignored the off-the-shelf cloud products and built an entirely in-house AI platform for real-time fraud monitoring.
And the mechanics of why they did that are super crucial. By running open-weight models locally on their own bare metal servers, they completely bypass the latency of sending data back and forth to an external cloud API.
So the speed allows for real-time transaction monitoring.
Exactly. But more importantly, they can train the model on their highly specific, localized false positive triggers without ever, exposing personally identifiable customer information to some third party.
And it's not just the banking giants pulling up the drawbridge either. That same demand for local control is trickling down to everyday users.
Oh, for sure.
Like, there's a new WordPress plugin doing the exact same thing for small businesses. It allows a local website to use AI chatbots or semantic search by utilizing local data tokenization.
Which is brilliant.
Yeah, it basically sanitizes the data before it even hits the network, ensuring sensitive credentials are never handed over to the primary language model.
That tension between wanting the power of AI but absolutely refusing to surrender your data is currently dictating international strategies too.
Oh, you mean like on a global macro level?
Yeah, look at China, for instance. They are operating on a state-level version of this in-house philosophy. They are heavily subsidizing a tightly integrated loop of government resources, domestic tech companies, and research institutions.
Total vertical integration, basically.
Exactly. By aggressively funding their own semiconductor foundries and domestic infrastructure alongside open source AI collaboration, they are just mathematically insulating themselves from relying on Western intellectual property.
Wow. So, I mean, From a small business running a secure WordPress plugin all the way to global superpowers building localized chip foundries, the deployment phase of AI is entirely about ownership, security, and execution.
It really is. It's a whole new ballgame.
Well, thank you all for joining us and listening to this AIPOD weekly news deep dive. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for listening. But before you go, just consider this.
Oh, leave us with something good.
As organizations rush to finish building these secure tracks, and your new autonomous digital PMate comes online, will your most valuable career skill in 5 years simply be your ability to effectively manage that teammate?
Rather than doing the actual work yourself? That is a fascinating question. We will see you next time.